Hey, thanks for being here, everyone. Just a hell of a super regional opening game. I mean, it was, I don't think it could have gotten any better. Twists and turns, ups and downs. I mean, you name it, great crowd. So we're just happy to get away with the win in game number one. And I think it showed a lot of grit and resiliency by our team.
All right, start the questions off to Robert.
Coach, could you talk about the grit you saw from Montana in the circle? Obviously, it wasn't a perfect game from her, but when she needed to get the outs quickly, she did, and then it was good enough to beat Kentucky today.
And and usually she comes back, after a home run, she shuts them down. And credit their kid for the two. But we took our chances at the end. But she came back, made a great pitch to the last kid. She's just very, very gritty. And, we went through all kinds of crap at the beginning of the year, at the middle of the year, and all those adverse situations are coming back to help us now because we know how to handle that.
Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, you touched on it, the decision to walk the leadoff batter there in the seventh. Can you take us through that thought process?
Yeah, I mean, I give her a ton of credit. She's one of the best kids in the country. And, we've seen her for 5 games now. And I think she lined to center the time before. She got a hit and a strikeout. And just the stats said otherwise to Walker. And, we went with basically the numbers and the lesser of two evils. And the other young lady also is very good. So it's not like, we were going to pitch to somebody that's hitting 100. She had gotten a hit and I think the first RBI. So it was just, stats.
All right, go ahead, Edwin.
How important was it for Bailey to get that hit in the fourth after Autumn had retired, 10 straight batters?
Yeah, I mean, she had a perfect game and, she was cruising. We weren't swinging at the greatest pitches and, credit to her. But I think when Bailey got the hit, I think it just kind of relaxed everybody. I think we got 5 in that inning after that. And of course, the big one was KB's triple. But I think it just kind of like everybody let out a big sigh of relief. Okay, we got our first hit. Now let's go to work. And, 5 hits in an inning. It was a great inning for our offense for sure.
Good, Brett.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. You touched on it earlier. Very gritty win, gritty game all along. Fouts wasn't great. The Kentucky batters really know how to work her. She was up to 134 pitches in the game. First off, how is she feeling? And second off, at this point in the season, it's a win, and you can just take what you get at this point.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's great to get the first one. That's number one. I think I didn't really ask her how she felt, but she had enough gas left to finish it. She was still throwing hard at the end. I kept looking up and it was 68 to 72 consistently. She's just a gritty kid and really glad she wears crimson for sure.
Go ahead, Katie.
Hey, Coach, you always talk about how your hitting is contagious when you get one. Talk about how that kind of helps in the fourth inning to get your runners on with speed and everything like that.
Now that was huge, especially with Bailey starting it. And then I think right after that, Tao, she got a dribbler with, I believe, 2 strikes, beat it out. Jenna hit a rocket up the middle. Couldn't score anybody on that. She hit it so hard. And then KB's triple cleared the bases. And then another big hit that inning was Maddie Morgan's 2-out RBI to right field. That was the winning margin. So that was a big, big hit. At the time, people didn't think that, but obviously that was the difference in the game.
I'll go to Kitty Wyndham.
Coach, you often talk about how the last 3 outs are the hardest to get. How much more is the pressure ramped up in the postseason to get those last 3 outs?
Well, Nathan and I were just saying that I think I had 3 Tums before the game and he needs a pack of Tums right now. So, when you face, especially SEC, which, they know us, we know them, it just ramps it up a little more, I think. And the crowd was awesome. I mean, the whole atmosphere was nail biter throughout. So, yeah, I'm going to need some time after this one.
Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, Coach, along those same lines, I know you talk about the atmosphere here all the time, but it doesn't get much more intense than bases loaded, 2 outs in the 7th inning. Can you just take us into that moment? What was it like on the field?
Well, KB probably answer more on the field. It's just, you know, obviously when you make a decision, you got to live with it, and you make the decision, and then, you know, Montana does the rest. But, you know, your stomach is in knots for sure. Mine was, you know, when you think of all these scenarios, and I try to think ahead like the ball is coming to me. But I think the defense does that too. Like, okay, if the ball comes to me, what do I do with it? And then it becomes full count, which is even worse with 2 outs because everybody can take off. And then it's like, oh shit, there's even more action going on because they're running on the pitch. So that made it even worse. If there was even a worst case scenario, that was it. But, you know, it's just one of those barn burners of college softball. It was just a great game.
I'll give Robert the last question here.
Coach, despite not scoring in the final 2 innings, you guys got people on base and you guys really raised the pitch count of Humes. How important was it to have Humes throw some more pitches to kind of tire her out, as you might, or you will likely face her in the final game or maybe final 2 games?
Well, we were definitely hoping to put a couple more runs up there. I thought we were going to. We had a couple good at bats, and I think maybe Johnson got another hit. And then, you know, credit to Johnson and Spangler, right fielder. They both made just great plays on Taylor Clark's ball, and then KB hit another one. So one of them would have scored a run, one of them would have been a triple, and you know they catch it against the wall. So you know it was great shots by our batters, but they made great plays. So I thought we did make pretty good contact throughout the game. Just the one negative was the 9 strikeouts, and we need to put the ball in play more tomorrow, and just make them work on defense.
All right, we'll move on to KB Sides.
Hey, thanks a lot.
All right, and we'll start with Edwin.
Hey, KB. Murph talked a little bit about when Bailey got that hit, it kind of relaxed y'all a little bit. Were y'all pressing a little bit with Autumn in the circle? And did y'all finally start just relaxing after that?
I don't think it was necessarily pressing. It probably could have been just a little bit of nerves. I'm not really sure. I never doubted us, but I knew, and honestly, I thought Mac was going to do it as soon as she got up there, you know, second time around. But when Bailey got up there and got that hit, I knew we were going to score. Like, I honestly thought 3 or 4 that inning, and I think we did. I'm not really, 4. So, I mean, that's exactly what I thought. I knew second time around, that's exactly what we were going to do. And nobody better than Bailey she hit that ball hard. And I know as soon as she hit it, that probably knocked some wind out of Humes. So that's exactly what we needed to start that inning.
All right, go ahead, Kitty Wyndham.
KB, just kind of take us through that at bat with the bases loaded with 1 out. What were you looking for, and then what you get to drive that ball to center?
Honestly, I'm pretty sure I probably scared people after the first ball I swung at. I was probably a foot outside, but my bets are always on me when I'm in the box, regardless of if anything's fallen my way this year, which it hasn't a lot. So I knew I just wanted to see something fat and hit it. And I think I got the hit and run signal, and I could have done a backflip, but I missed it, obviously. But I was so excited. But the last one, she kind of left it a little bit fat, but I don't think I would have done that without Kaylee Tao. She came up to me before and was like, you know, I don't want anybody else in the box but you right here. So all credit to her for that, to keep me up, because I was a little bit nervous, but I think that just really relaxed me a lot.
I'll go on to Michael.
Yeah, what was the tension like on the field? The final at bat, bases loaded, 3-2 count. What was that like?
I knew Tanner was going to strike her out on it. I don't know. I always have confidence in Montana. I don't care if she's down 3-0. I think she's going to strike everybody out. That's just how it is. I know it was very, we had a couple calls that were unfair that, in my opinion, which doesn't matter, but I thought they swung, and I think one ended up being a home run, which I feel like that always happens when they should have been struck out. They hit a home run. It happens all the time. And then same with the other girl. I think Riley was her name. She dribbled one to Tana, and somehow got on, but I knew Tana was going to come through big right there. And that's just who she is. And she brings the fire. And regardless if somebody hit 2 home runs off of her, I don't expect it to happen ever again.
All right, go to Robert.
Hey KB, congrats on the win. Could you talk about if you and the rest of the offense fed off of the crowd in that 4th inning and kind of throughout the rest of the game?
Oh yeah, our crowd is incredible. That's just, I remember the first game of the SEC tournament. I was like, there's no way this is just 50% because they were just really bringing the energy. And then this weekend, it's just incredible because I know they love it so much. And I definitely think we brought our energy up a little bit in the dugout too in the 4th inning. But as soon as Bailey got that hit, it's like the whole stadium kind of just stood up with her. And especially the 7th inning, I definitely think, like, I couldn't imagine coming to this stadium and playing here for the 1st or 2nd or even 3rd time, because I know if I didn't play at Alabama, there's no way I think I'd be able to get in the box and swing the bat, because it's honestly so loud. And if you're not used to it, I could not imagine how it feels to get in the box with 4,000 people in the stands.